I want to know more about Fipson, though. Hi, everyone. My name is Flora. I am CEO and co-founder of SUMM AI, and we make the world understandable for everyone. Let's find out how. I don't have the clicker. Let's find out how. This one. No? Both don't work. Yeah, so I do it on the... Okay, so I do it here. Yeah, no worries. Okay, so I stand here. So, my name is Flora. I am CEO and co-founder of SUMM AI, and we make the world understandable for everyone. Let's find out how. Please raise your hand if you have ever received a letter from the tax authorities or from your insurance company that you did not understand. Yeah, I can see a lot of hands, including my own. So if you're like me, you probably read through the letter several times until you eventually figured it out. But there are lots of people who are not able to do this and who do not understand complicated text at all. And one of them is my aunt, who you can see here in the picture. And you can also see that she has a physical and a cognitive disability. And because of that, complicated text for her is a huge barrier to information. And we started SUMM AI to help her, but not just her. There are 54% of adults that read below 6th grade level because they have educational disadvantages, learning disabilities, or poor language skills. And I want to make an example. I know everybody's sick about hearing about COVID, but it is the perfect example, so bear with me. What you can see here is complicated sentence structure, at that time unfamiliar words, but a topic that is super important, life or death. Everybody needs to understand this. So a great solution is so-called easy language, a defined language style with very short sentences, easy words, and additional explanations. It is understandable for everyone, and it is also legally required to be provided at UN and EU level. But you might be hearing about this for the first time today, and that's because it is still very rare. And the reason why it is rare is that so far these texts have been written manually, making it super expensive and high effort to provide them. And this is where we come into play. We have built the first AI-powered tool to automatically translate any complicated text into easy language. It looks like Google Translate, it works like Google Translate, but easy language comes out. And it has multiple benefits. One of them being that public institutions and companies are able to comply with accessibility regulations at the click of a button. But much more importantly, the people who need easy language tell us that the output from our tool is very much understandable and creates this access to information, and in turn, access to education, to jobs, and really to the conversations that we have as society, fostering a strong and inclusive society. So I know what you're thinking right now. Can't I just do this with ChatGPT? Well, you can't. ChatGPT can generate simplified content, but it is not robust and it is not defined easy language, so it doesn't allow to comply with accessibility regulations. And that is something that is very important to our customers. We market our tool to public institutions and companies because we believe in letting those pay who have set up the barriers in the first place. And we currently focus on the German market, on our home market, where we have already signed more than 50 licensed customers. We started out with public sector institutions because since 2018, they are legally required to offer easy language. But the scaling potential comes from private companies. In 2025, there will be a legal requirement on EU level to offer accessible information to end consumers. And companies very much understand that DEI and ESG are super important trends at the moment, and also understandable communication unlocks cost savings for them. So, our business model is a subscription-based model where they get access to our web application or our API solution for a monthly fee. And this unlocks very attractive unit economics, as you can see here. And we've also shown traction that show us that the market is ready for this type of business model. We have signed 140,000 euros of annual recurring revenue with 53 licensed customers, primarily from B2G. And we have set up an elaborate sales process with a strong conversion rate and a really big pipeline that we want to reap now. So what's the plan to do this? In terms of business steps, we are looking at scaling the B2G sector, and we are also looking at getting ready to enter the B2B sector with product enhancements. And on the horizon, long term, is then internationalization. In terms of financials, we have been bootstrapping so far, and we are currently closing our €1 million pre-seed round to then fuel growth until we get to 1.3 million ARR and ready for our seed round. But last but not least, actually, the impact. What about our impact? We impact the lives of people who otherwise don't get to participate. They don't get an education, they don't get a job, they don't get to be part of our conversations. And we measure the impact we have on them by the number of texts that we translate, that our tool translates. We are currently at 100,000 texts, and we are looking to scale this along with scaling our business. And we are currently also looking at signing on more customers and setting up a process to measure the actual engagement with the content in easy language, because that allows us to have a clearer picture of the actual impact on the lives of people. So we are still struggling with this measuring part, but working on it. So I talked about the people, they are the most important thing. So who are the people behind SUMM AI? We are a team with a tech focus, a founding team with tech focus from the Technical University of Munich, and we are supported by 10 team members with lots of domain expertise. And we are also supported by great advisors who offer their knowledge and also open their network to our purpose-driven venture. So what is missing? Actually, the prize money. We want to spend the prize money on our team, the current and the future team. We want to reward our existing team members because they have been with us through the challenges of a bootstrap startup, having basically no money for anything. And we also want to hire new people to ease our bottlenecks in operations, sales, and development. So let's make the world understandable for everyone, starting today. Thank you.